Okay, so I want to show you using this in action to help it to get Claude to create social media content for me. So I created a new project. I did this not that long ago, and so it's for my Stories That Sell Accelerator that I'm promoting this week. So this is my offer. And when you set up a new project, just have a look, name and description. So that's where this has come from. That's the name, that's the description, and I'm not sure if you can edit them. There you go. You can edit them if you need to. So what I've done here is I have uploaded samples of my voice. So it's got samples of my voice. I've uploaded a copy of my sales page for this particular offer, so it knows what the offer is. And here I've given it some custom instructions. And again, I can add to these as I need to. Now, what I'm doing is inside this Stories That Sell Accelerator, I'm going to be sending out one storytelling framework a day. So if you decided to join it, for example, you'll get one framework a day for 14 days, so that you can consistently create content to kind of do like that brand story so that people in your audience get a really clear picture of what you do, and you can really focus it on one offer. If you put 14 pieces of content out every single day, one piece a day, sorry, I can't guarantee that you'll get a client, but I would be very surprised if you didn't, because it's consistent and by following the frameworks, you are connecting and engaging with your audience and making it clear to them how you can help them. So all that to say, so what I've done is I've actually started uploading my frameworks here so that it knows what I mean when I say use this framework. So one of them, I'll just go through it with you, is this one I've come up with called the 3 Ps: perspective, pivot, with proof. Okay, and so each framework comes through with this same kind of format. So there's a little explanation of how it works and why it's effective to just give you some of that overview. And then this is the template. And what I always suggest that you do is anytime you're writing a piece of content, you want that piece of content to be in response to something that you've seen or spoken with somebody in your audience about, so that the idea is not just sort of coming out. I mean, if you obviously ideas they kind of get downloaded based on experience and expertise that you've got, but it does help if you keep track of language and different ways that your audience talks about what they're struggling with and what they need help with. So like this is one of them. I have so many ideas, I worry they're diluting my message. So anyway, so that's the framework, and all of them will start with this, like put your seed idea in, and then here's the structure. So you can just write into this yourself. You can just follow this, like here's my idea, what's their current belief. So for this particular framework, what we're doing is showing them that what they currently believe is incorrect, because if it wasn't, then they wouldn't have the problem anymore. So based on this seed idea, you're going to talk about what their belief is, you're going to show that you empathize with why they believe it, and then you're going to explain what they should actually believe instead. And then you're going to help them understand the new belief by sharing your background or expertise and why they can trust you. So this is the proof piece. So basically we're doing some belief shifting. They think this, you're going to show them actually no, it's that. And here's why you can trust me. And in this particular framework, it's because you're sharing something about your background or expertise. And then you're going to share proof. So this could be, as you'll see, it could be just kind of a statement about what you do. It could be sharing some client results. Ideally, if you've got them, that's a good thing to put in here. And then you want a call to action. So here's an example. So let's say you're for a financial advisor, and I've just made these up. In fact, I've had Claude help me with these. So the seed idea might be, I need to make more money to achieve financial freedom. But their belief is, so the belief that this person's clients have is that many people believe that earning a higher income is the key to financial independence. The empathy piece, I understand why you think that way. This is how we've been led to believe, but actually, you can have true financial freedom just by managing the money that you've got. So can you see how we're shifting a belief here for this particular audience. And this would really resonate, because if people are like constantly trying to earn more and more money, and they're like, you know, you don't need to, we can work with what you've got. So, but it's all well and good, but how can you show them that you can actually help them get this result? So the overview of what they've been doing. I've been doing this for 15 years, our financial advisor. So this is all the stuff about your background. Then some proof. So in this case, it's sharing some client results, and then the call to action for what they want to do. So so this is just this first framework. So using Claude, how I've been doing it is you start a new chat. I'm inside my project here that's got all my information. And I said here, using the 3Ps framework, write a post based on the following seed idea. So again, remember, I've got this in here, so it knows what I mean when I say that framework. And then I'm giving it the seed idea, which is this. I want to simplify things so people can see what they get from working with me, and the offer is stories that sell. So this is a first draft, okay? I'm not saying that you can do this and then just copy and paste what Claude gives you, but it's a pretty good first draft. And what I found is if you need to tweak any bits, you can just say, hey, rewrite this bit or add this bit in here. And it's just so fast and efficient. And the language is really close to my voice. You know, I'm really quite happy with this. I can see where it needs some tweaks, but this output is way better than some of the output I've seen from ChatGPT recently. And is following our framework. So if we go back to it, the seed idea was their belief around this. So I want to simplify things. So you know that feeling when you're trying to explain your offer and find yourself rambling on and on, adding more details, hoping something will stick. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that the belief that people in my audience might have is like, more is more. Here we go, more is more. There you go, that even just came out of my mouth without me having read that bit. But in reality, all that extra stuff can muddy the waters. So here's the truth, simplicity sells. Okay, so here I am, I'm empathizing and I'm showing what they should believe. That's why I've created this accelerator. It's not about cramming in every storytelling technique known to mankind. It's about giving you 14 powerful, easy to use frameworks. Okay, so so I'm sharing all of this, is sharing what they can do instead of what they've been currently doing, and also giving an overview of how, of how I'm going to help them get there. And then some background stuff. I spent years honing these frameworks. Now, if I wanted to add in some proof, I would just say, okay, include this testimonial from this client, or, you know, I'll just give it to it, you know, because obviously if you don't give the information to an AI, it's not going to know. And then here's the call to action. So just like that, it's written me that post I am like 80%, possibly 90% happy with. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to use it. And then another framework. So if we just go back. So I uploaded this one. It's the opposite, which is a different framework that looks like this. So again, it'll come through, brief explanation why it's effective, and then here's the framework. Okay, so slightly different. And then there's some examples here that you can look through if you decide to sign up. But then I've uploaded it here, so it's got the framework to work from. And here's my prompt. Using the framework, write a post based on the following seed idea. So I think I've done the same. So I've used a different, so something else that people in my audience have said. And so now it's following the framework. Having lots of ideas means you're diluting your message and confusing your audience. You need to pick one thing and stick to it. So if you see, this framework is common advice, take it as a direct quote. So it's like taking it because this is what we've all heard. So, and then going through belief shifting again, and how I can help and all that. So it's basically, again, following the framework, but it's coming at it from a different angle because I've given it a different seed idea, and also I've given it a different framework to work through. So hopefully that helps. I hope you're excited by the potential. Like I say, this is all in the projects, which is under the paid one, but I just think it's really worth doing it. If you didn't want to do the paid one, you could still, I've still found Claude's pretty good. So you would have to create a new chat and just manually upload. So here's the sales page, here's my voice, and it can all go in one chat. The problem that I found with that is with the free one, with the free version, you're limited to how many conversations it lets you have. And also, if the chat gets really long, it actually says to you, this chat's too long, you need to start a new one. And I think that's why they've created the projects, so that you're not, it allows you to kind of separate things out like this. But anyway, I don't work for Claude, so I don't know exactly why, but all that to say, if you do want to use the free version, you still can, but you will just need to manually upload all the stuff into the chat, and there will come a point where it's kind of overloaded, and it sort of limits the effectiveness of using it as a tool a little bit, but it's definitely usable still. So I hope that makes sense, and yeah, I hope you're excited to see the potential of using Claude.